The following is a presentation of Santa Monica College.
Welcome to SMC TV. I'm Ryan Young.
And I'm Alex Bell. And today we're discussing how to eat well on a budget.
We sent reporter Bradley Anderson to Santa Monica College to talk to some students and find out what they're eating on a daily basis and how much they're spending on food. Let's take a look.
Hey everybody, it's Bradley Anderson here at Santa Monica College trying to find out what people are eating and how much they're paying for it. Let's go find out. What do you eat for dinner on a daily basis? And tell me, how much do you pay for it?
I usually cook dinner at home. I'd say usually rice or some type of grain and vegetables, and I try to get a protein like beans or tofu.
White basmati rice and a beef patty.
Meat and pasta dishes like meat and rice.
I mostly buy McDonald's, Subway.
Geez. Vegetarian food costs a lot.
Probably was around $10 for the rice and the meat and onions and various spices.
It costs mostly around $15 each meal.
If you go by yourself, it's $7.
And would you say that you would rather eat something more healthy or something less expensive? Or if you could find a way, could you do both?
I'd love to do both if I could find a way.
I think they're equally important.
So you wouldn't say you're a healthy eater at all?
No, not at all. Junk food, all of that.
You need to save money, but as well as saving money, eating healthy we're very high on the list for me.
Not that I enjoy it, but sometimes I don't have time, with work and school and studying. Sometimes you just eat whatever you can get.
Make the most out of the ingredients we have at home.
So healthy eating just takes too long for you?
Yes.
Even if it was less expensive, even if it made you live longer, you wouldn't be convinced?
Maybe if I got myself into a routine, then I can totally do it, but as of now, I'm just McDonald's is #1 choice for me.
Joining us now is registered dietitian, nutritionist, and SMC professor of nutrition, Donna Richwine. So welcome, Donna. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. Hello, Alex.
Hello, thank you so much.
Hello, Ryan.
So as you heard, most of the students, they just don't have the time and the money. So we want to talk to you a little bit about how we can get our bang for our buck. What are some meals that will last throughout the day, last throughout the week, but also are still cost effective and, nutritional. Yeah, nutrition is the most important.
A lot of those people clearly don't really care about nutrition. It's just about the speediness of their meal prep.
Right. So. Well, price and convenience, along with taste, are the reasons that people eat what they do. And as you see from the students, they would like to eat healthy, but it's a challenge for them. So I brought along some things today to kind of try and address that. And first of all, let's talk about what healthy means. Okay, so healthy really means choosing all 5 food groups. And it sounds so simple, but it's really, really important. And we have our tool, My Pyramid, which is our guide to healthy eating. And a lot of people associate this with elementary school, but actually this is one of the best tools we have because it shows us what our plate should look like. So, first of all, let's look at the 5 food groups because there are some important things there about healthy eating. So we start with grains, and here are the grains. And what's important about the grains is that they provide a lot of B vitamins and fiber. And if you look at this plate, it's all about whole grains. Okay, so this is important. And I noticed one of the students was eating white rice. Well, one thing she can do that would be healthier would be to choose brown rice. Then we go to the protein group. And one of the students said prefers vegetarian. Well, nuts, beans, tofu, eggs, tuna, these are all relatively inexpensive. And when it comes to nuts are the nuts that cost the least are peanuts, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds. Some of the others can be cost prohibitive, but these aren't. Beans, of course, are really inexpensive. Tofu is a good protein source. Eggs are inexpensive. Then we have fruits and vegetables, and notice that half the plate is fruits and vegetables. Right. Yeah, wow. And that's really significant because fruits and vegetables are important for all of the vitamins and the phytochemicals that help to keep us healthy. So in addition to all the fiber, and when you look at all the color, there's a lot of variety. Yeah. The vegetables that provide the most bang for your buck, as they say, would be broccoli, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, especially tomato sauce, okay?
Oh, even
or
tomato
salsa.
sauce, not just whole tomatoes?
Absolutely. And so those are, I have those 3 here, and we're going to take a look at them. And then we can't omit the dairy group, and the dairy group is important because of the calcium, and a lot of students eliminate this group from their diet, and that is not healthy because students at their age are just at that point of maximizing their bone health for the rest of their lives. So eliminating dairy or high calcium substitutes like soy milk is not healthy. So it's important to get all 5 food groups so that you're getting all of the nutrients that you need for good health.
Now I have a question about that. You mentioned the soy milk here.
Yes.
I've heard that for men, it's better to drink almond milk or something that's not soy because it contains estrogen, high levels. Even for women, if you're drinking too much, it can throw things off.
Right.
So what do you recommend? I mean, is almond milk?
Soy milk is just fine. It is a myth that men should not drink the soy milk.
Oh, that's good to
and
know.
it's a myth that women should not. Okay. You know, if you're in a high risk, having had breast cancer or something, that's different. But for men and women, there's nothing wrong with soy milk, and soy milk is actually the best substitute because it most meets the nutritional profile of dairy. Okay, and of course you have yogurt and you have cheese, and then back to fruit just real quick. You know, canned fruit packed in its juice is also really good.
So it's just the same as eating just regular fresh fruit?
Exactly. In fact, and frozen vegetables, I want to mention frozen vegetables because a lot of, you know, if time is an issue, there's a good chance you're going to go to the store, you'll buy some great vegetables, and then you get home and they die in the refrigerator, right?
Yeah,
but frozen vegetables actually, you know, that won't happen, and so they're always available, and the nutritional profile is still there.
Okay.
And I had another question because I typically eat yogurt in the morning. Is it bad to always put fruit? Because I hear a lot of people say that they don't eat too much fruit because it has so much sugar.
You know, really.
Can you really eat too much fruit?
You can eat too much fruit if you're diabetic. You can eat too much fruit if that's replacing a lot of other foods. Remember that you want to have all the food groups, all right? There is nothing wrong with fruit on your yogurt in the morning. That's a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have some other quick examples of quick breakfasts?
I do, and I really want to emphasize breakfast because breakfast, just that old saying, is the most important meal of the day. You need to fuel up for the day. And one of the things I'd like to say that, you know, when I teach nutrition, my students, I like to reinforce the idea that eating, whether, you know, eating healthy especially, requires time management. And that's something students are getting, you know, training in, right? I mean, you have an exam ahead of you. You have to plan your studying, and you have to plan everything around being prepared for that. Well, it's the same thing with being prepared for a healthy body. You have to make some plans. And one of those is making sure that you eat breakfast. And so, you know, the quickest breakfast is cold cereal with milk and some fruit. Here's the bananas. Very inexpensive. Stick to 100% whole grain cereal. You want to look at the label and make sure that's what it says. Oatmeal or any kind of hot cereal. With dried fruit, raisins. Raisins are an inexpensive dried fruit, and then I put some sunflower seeds on top. Now, one of the things I do is I make a pot of oatmeal that will last me 3 days. And I keep it in the refrigerator. And so this is like an example. I put it in a bowl with the raisins, because I cook the raisins in, pop it in the microwave, pour my milk on, and my cereal is ready. I mean, that's a 20-second. Yeah, that's a 20-second.
And it looks good.
Some people do that with quinoa also. And then, of course, being really, you know, on top of your time management, you can make a peanut butter sandwich the night before. Take that with you. You can make a grilled cheese sandwich the night before. It's just fine, cold. These also would make great snacks during the day, along with any fruit. Okay, so, and when you're buying fruits and vegetables, as I know we're going to find out when we go to the farmer's market, is you buy seasonal. So right now, citrus is in season, apples are in season. That's what you want to be buying. And then, you know, it saves money that way too.
Well, we have to cut to a quick break, but when we come back, we will be cooking a delicious meal with Donna, so stay tuned.
It's a wireless world out there, so be sure to stay connected with Santa Monica. Follow us on Twitter for the latest announcements. Receive instant updates on activities citywide. Like us on Facebook and join in on the conversation. Stay connected with your city. And don't miss a tweet.
At the Boys and Girls Club of Santa Monica, we build long-lasting relationships with our kids.
Love. Friendships.
Support. Trust.
Learning. I know. Fun.
All that and a lot more.
We're not just a club. We're a family.
Great futures start here.
Welcome back. We're here with Professor Donna Richwine, and we are cooking a few things. First and foremost, we have to get the eggs out of the oven,
yes.
Correct?
Ryan and Alex, this is my new favorite recipe, all right? It's baked eggs. Wait till you see this.
I can't wait.
Eggs, little omelets baked in a muffin tin.
Oh my gosh, let's get this for the camera. This is amazing.
And, you know, they fall in because the air comes out. But basically, you can, this is 6 eggs. It's just scrambled eggs, like an omelet, okay? And then you add whatever you want. I added canned mushrooms, because there always can be on your shelf. I added a little tomato. You could put salsa, whatever you want. You bake them, and we have the recipe for you. And now what I have is I have 6 breakfasts in my refrigerator.
Wow. So you just mix everything in a bowl and you can just pour it in and then pop it in. And
bake
how long do you bake them for?
It's baked at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. You have to kind of keep an eye on them, but it's about 20 minutes. And you do have to line the muffin tin with a little bit of margarine or oil, something so that they won't stick too much. And
they
then
smell
you
amazing.
Just can pop them out. And look at that.
Wow.
And you can have that with a whole wheat tortilla or brown rice or whatever you want.
Like a little egg McMuffin.
It's a little egg McMuffin.
Wow.
Right.
So this is 1 egg.
This is 1 egg. And you can, actually what this is 6 eggs, 3 egg whites, and 3 egg yolks.
Okay.
So I cut the yolks a little bit, and the whites have all the protein, but I have, 3 or 6 breakfasts here.
This looks amazing. You guys can't smell this, but it smells so good.
Yeah, it smells fresh.
Wow. So I would imagine you could sprinkle some cheddar cheese on top and just make a crust.
You can do it's an amazing things you can do with this, right?
Sour cream.
Sour cream.
Oh, I love sour cream.
Well, you know what? We all love sour cream, but a really good substitute for sour cream is Greek yogurt.
Oh, really?
And this is 2% Greek yogurt, but honestly, at home I only use non-fat.
Okay.
And it's just as good as sour cream and healthier.
Delicious.
So try that next time.
Right.
Okay, let's get these away from me because I will eat them.
And moving on to lunch.
And then we have, so for the 2 weeks, the budget of $80, if I plan 4 meals where I can get at least 2, probably 3 or 4 meals out of it, then that's how I can manage my budget as well as eating healthy.
Yeah, I think that's real. I think that's a realistic budget, right?
Yeah.
$40 a week. So if you're spending $80 for a 2-week period, what we're talking about now is cooking something that can last multiple days.
I think that's
and
what students
that
want. They want to try to make it, usually on Sundays, and they're prepared for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. Right, and each of these, when we add in everything, including a piece of fruit, it really only comes to about $2 a meal.
Wow.
Okay, so that, you can't beat that at a fast food restaurant, right? So the 4 recipes that I chose would be one which is, beans. Beans are really inexpensive, great source of protein and fiber. You can add some ground turkey if you want, or sausage, but you don't have to. And then on top of this, you could sprinkle a little bit of cheese, some cilantro, some of that sour cream, right? And you could have it with some whole wheat tortilla or rice, whatever. It makes a fabulous meal, very tasty.
So you make a vat of this, or a pot or pan of this. I guess a pot, not a pan.
Right, a big pot.
There's a reason we're having you on today, because you know the difference between pot and pan. I don't. So we make a pot of this.
Yes.
And we refrigerate the entire thing. And you're adding the turkey and stuff as you go?
No,
or you add it all
everything.
in?
The turkey is added in the cooking.
Oh, okay,
and
great.
the other thing I want to point out is I used the frozen vegetables in this. Okay.
Oh.
So it's a can of tomatoes, 3 cans of beans, frozen vegetables, and some ground turkey.
Wow.
And how
it's
long
really
will it,
easy.
Like, how long can this last for?
This
like,
can last in your refrigerator for 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy. And then another one that I like is, this is just sort of an Asian-inspired noodle tofu soup. I did put some shredded chicken in here, which is optional. And then I also used frozen vegetables here. Okay, it's a edamame, corn, and something else. Now I can't remember what. And red peppers. And so that makes a really nice mix. I threw in a little sriracha, so it's a little spicy. And then with this, you can squeeze a little lime on it, and some cilantro, and some ground up peanuts. And this makes a lovely, lovely substitute for ramen.
Everything looks fresh too.
Very fresh, yes. And then the good old couscous, which is high protein, but I added garbanzo beans for more protein. And on top of this, I put roasted vegetables. And there's nothing like roasted vegetables. All you do is cut up your vegetables, whatever you like, toss them in a little bit of olive oil and sea salt, roast them at 400 degrees for about half an hour, 20 to 30 minutes. Look at that.
Smells amazing again.
Yeah. Little bit of cheese on top. It's amazing.
And you said that all of this has a shelf life of about 4 or 5 days. So this can really last for a while. And it can be reheated and...
Yes, absolutely. Reheat it in the microwave. You know, if you're really on top of things, you could freeze some of it and then have it 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later.
That's a good idea.
Right? And so when you come home and you don't have anything, it's right there waiting for you.
The beauty of this is, you know, when you get home, you want to do your homework. I mean, you don't want to do your homework, but you have to do your homework. And there's no time for cooking.
Right. Yeah.
And if you can spend an hour, 2 hours cooking on a Sunday, make your meals for the entire week, you are good to go. And you don't have to worry. You just pop it in the microwave, you do your homework. That's amazing.
Right. And Ryan, that is exactly right. You have to manage your time so that somewhere in the week you set aside a little bit of time for cooking. And in fact, you know, the chili can be on the stove simmering and you can go do some homework and come back too.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that all of it looks, I mean, this looks like restaurant style food if you ask me. And I think that's, seeing your food and it looks appealing, I think also makes you want to eat it more and eat healthy as well. So everything looks amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So we have a spaghetti
and then
squash.
Our fourth recipe, this is the easiest of all, okay? So I have a spaghetti squash. Now this is, you know, winter squash, and that's also in season right now. And I poked holes in it so that the steam could escape. I put it in the microwave for 15 minutes, and it got really soft and cooked, and I open it up. And what I have to do now is scoop out the insides, okay? So here, I'll just separate this.
The thing I love about spaghetti squash is when you add the salsa or the sauce and the meats, it feels like you're eating spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
But it's so
I've never
healthy.
had it before, so I'm kind of excited to...
You're not eating the empty calories of pasta. It's amazing.
Oops, look at how easy this comes out. Okay? And it's just like spaghetti. You are absolutely right. And I've added nothing to this so far. You can add a little bit of olive oil at this point and maybe a little bit of sea salt. All right, and I'm going to toss it up.
So you were mentioning that this is a seasonal vegetable.
Correct.
And it's really important to buy seasonal fruits and vegetables because it's cheaper.
Exactly.
And it's coming from somewhere locally. If you're buying something out of season, it's very likely coming from South America. It may not be ripe enough when you get it. It might spoil sooner. I've purchased bananas before that were hot green, and it took a week and a half for them to turn edible. So buying them current and in season is really important.
Yes.
It's important also you get the best taste.
Yeah.
But also when it's seasonal, and especially if you buy at the farmer's market, that's picked right. That means it's maximum nutrition. Okay.
That part I didn't know.
Yep.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, Alex actually went to the farmer's market.
Yes, I did. It was my first time, so I really enjoyed it. I loved it. There were so many fresh fruits and vegetables, and even stuff that I've never even heard of, which I really enjoyed. But just seeing how many, even just local people that were really there to have healthy food selection for us. It was an amazing experience. So
that's great.
I think I might have to get some squash.
Can we take a look?
Oh,
at the video?
Yes, I would love to take a look.
Here at the Santa Monica Farmers Market on Pico, to talk to some vendors and customers to see why they love it so much here in beautiful Santa Monica. So Gina, why do you think that people like to come to the farmers market versus the bigger chain stores?
I think people are looking for a more friendly, charming experience, and more local food, of course, fresher food, and what's the most seasonal. We have like 50 varieties of persimmons that you're not going to find in the grocery store, and you can talk to the farmer, and you can talk to the same people that come here every week, and that's really nice. We're a certified farmers market, so everything is California grown. The goal behind the farmers market is direct marketing, so the farmer being able to sell directly to the customer with no middleman, and that's why everything was picked yesterday, so it really tastes better, and that's why chefs shop here, and that's why we have such loyal customers.
How do you guys choose to sell at farmers market versus the big chain stores? What's the?
I mean, pretty much just direct, dealing directly with the consumer itself. Kind of you get everything here has been either picked about 24 hours or the day before. So yeah,
everything's nice and fresh and ready to go and eat.
Yeah. So opposed to going to the store when you might have stuff that's been about 2-3 days before it also made it to the shelf. So yeah.
Right.
So yeah, everybody gets their stuff nice and fresh.
It's nice to connect with the vendors, and it feels more authentic than going to the grocery store.
It's just a good chance to get outside, take the kids out, and really good produce. That's really the main reasons.
This is a great low-key farmers market.
Well, it's also pricing is really great, and we like the sense of community a lot. That's why we're here.
I have this bundle of berries, and they have blueberries, but I elected to get 2 raspberries and 1 blackberry because I prefer those to blueberries.
Berries, always like berries.
We've got radishes. Look at the size of these things. They're unbelievable.
Okay, Mom, calm down.
We got some beef jerky.
Bison jerky.
Bison jerky.
Not beef.
No.
Yeah, it's bison jerky.
I heard it's paleo.
It's paleo.
Yeah.
It confirmed.
How much have we spent?
Probably $40.
And you really have to do your shopping or know what the prices are in the markets, and then come here and see if you can get a deal.
This was $14, so they're usually $5 a carton over there, so if you buy in bulk, you save $1. And I think like at the grocery store, I've seen them like for $6 or $7 just for one.
And we want a small footprint, and if we do this, it's local farmers. This isn't organic, but it's local farmers. So we're supporting the local farm industry in the area. So what could be better than that?
The Santa Monica Museum of Art. Take a closer look.
How far does $1 go today? Not far, huh? Think again. Los Angeles Regional Food Bank creates 4 healthy meals with $1. We mobilize resources to feed people in need. Help us reach our vision that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County.
Hi guys, welcome back. We have the finished product here of the spaghetti squash dish. We've got some roasted broccoli and Brussels sprouts, and got some, what is this on the side?
It's just green salad, and I added some tangerines. Fruit in a salad is a really nice touch.
Yeah.
And it goes well with the pasta. There's a little bit of feta cheese on top of the pasta. And notice, half of this plate is fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
and that's really important. In fact, this whole plate is almost fruits and vegetables when you remember that the spaghetti squash is a vegetable.
And it's not pasta. Great,
Right.
so I'm gonna take care of this, and we will, I'm gonna be eating this, that's what I mean. But we're gonna move on to a dessert
So this
snack.
is a fun snack. I love having this in the freezer. It's something that's frozen, better than ice cream, almost better than ice cream. I'm not sure anything is better than ice cream, but okay, so I need a cup of Greek yogurt. Okay,
the same Greek yogurt that we're using as a sour cream substitute.
And the reason I have the 2% is I think it works a little better in the freezing. With non-fat, it doesn't freeze as well. There's a little too much water and the consistency isn't the same. So I have a cup of Greek yogurt. Then, Alex, would you mind, there's a bag of frozen raspberries in the freezer. Okay. And the first thing I'm going to do is I need 2 tablespoons of honey that I'm going to mix with the yogurt, and it would have been a good idea to have this out. So I'll just
wow, that's real. There's a honeycomb in there.
It's real honey from the farmer's market.
That's what I was going to say. The farmer's market.
All right, and so you
I
should
like your
measure.
measuring technique.
You should measure.
She's just pouring
but this is about 2 tablespoons. And then I want to make sure that that is really well mixed. Okay, because the honey's, you know, sticky. So we want to make sure that that's mixed. And then I'm going to put in a cup of frozen raspberries. And it's better if they're frozen. These are starting
Does
to
that
thaw.
help it freeze once you
Yes, it
stick
just
it in the
helps
freezer?
freeze, and it helps. Then you don't get as much juice mixed into the yogurt.
Oh,
so now look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it looks really tasty.
And you can use blueberries. And then I have a 1/4 cup of pistachios, chopped pistachios, and then I have a 1/4 cup of mini chocolate chips. All right.
Well, that sold me on the dessert.
So here we are. Okay, and so I stir it all together, and then I've lined a baking pan with tin foil. See, this is really fast. This is really easy.
Yeah.
Spread it in the pan. And then what I would do is cover it with some saran wrap.
I thought you were going to say sriracha. That
would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah. I cover it with some saran wrap and pop it into the freezer. Now, if you'll put this in the freezer and bring me the finished product, please.
I'm so sorry that you guys are not here to witness the smells, but this smells so good. You're going to enjoy making this at home. I can tell.
Now, this looks amazing.
Okay, so here, out of the freezer, I'm going to turn it upside down.
And how long are you supposed to leave this in the freezer?
I love you, Donna.
That didn't quite work. But anyway, this is what it looks like.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a bark. This one is starting to thaw a little too much. But it should be frozen. And then you can just store it like this. Well, you can eat it like this, right?
Yes.
And it's a great, healthy snack. It has the calcium. It has, in fact, it has tons of nutrition in it from the nuts, from the yogurt, and from the fruit.
Yes,
Great.
and it looks
And
amazing.
it's easy.
How long do we keep this in the freezer?
Oh my gosh, you can keep this in the freezer for as long as you want, but it won't be there long.
Okay. Well, can we
Yeah.
try it?
Of course you
I know,
can.
that's what I was going to ask.
I'm gonna take this little guy right here. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much, Donna, for joining us.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was so much fun.
Cheers.
Cheers.